Hey, what's going on, everybody? All right, so the Halloween Kills final trailer is here, and people are even saying that spoiled a little bit too much. I don't believe that. I believe there was even more spoilers in the very first trailer. Like, I initially made videos all of like 2020. How did Michael Myers escape that flaming basement and everything? And then they just showed you in the very beginning. So what the hell? It's like I don't know what you anything that you saw in the very first trailer. They pretty much did here. It just maybe they added a couple more stills that could be considered spoilerish or something, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's anything like that. But if you even like read the reviews and everything, there's some spoilers out there if you go looking for it. But let's break down the trailer. And we have some nice, interesting like legacy characters returning, and we have some cool stuff to cover. So let's go like on Easter egg hunt.
Here, it's Halloween. We've been trick-or-treating.
Are you alone?
There's a creepy man in a white mask,
Where?
and he keeps like trying to play hide and seek with us.
Where did you see him? Look!
Oh shit. I'd heard someone say, like, is that Michael Myers actually spoke to him? Like, hey kids, you want to play hide and seek? Like, nah, I don't think he would break his silence talking to those kids. I thought he'd break his silence calling the fire department to come and save him, but no, none of that happened. And if you look closely, look, he's holding something in his hand. It's obviously like a mask. And we know he kills a couple of people and puts that shamrock mask on a couple of people. So I don't know. That could be one of the shamrock masks, or I think maybe we saw him walking already and pick up a mask. So who knows? I always say like maybe he had like two masks. And here's the big still that everyone's talking about is a spoiler. Like, look at that. That is seemingly from the night that Michael Myers got captured. Isn't that something? Like, look at that. I guess he got captured at his old childhood home. So I guess the flashback will be taking us all the way back to his childhood home. Because I guess after Loomis shot him and everything, then I guess Michael went back to his house and the crew of cops is waiting for him. And if you look in the background, that's Loomis. So everyone's saying, oh, that's such a big spoiler. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think it's a big difference if you're going to de-age or get a new actor for it, right? Because that's Loomis, obviously, because that's Trenchcoat Loomis. That's exactly what he was wearing in part one. So we're flashing back to that. And yeah, it's a childhood home, and you still got that for sale sign. I don't know, man. It looks like because it was a bit dilapidated in 1978, so it looks like they were still trying to sell it. So I don't know. It's still there, I guess. And that's not like the real house. The real house I've been to, it's in Pasadena. And it's like right by a railroad track and everything. So they built this on a set. But it's very cool, like if they're going to use a de-aged Loomis or they're going to be going with a new actor, because that's what they did in the Doctor Sleep. They had Jack Nicholson, and then they had like Jack Nicholson didn't come back as de-aged. They just used that same actor, different actor to sort of look like him, like do that hairline and everything. I don't know. And if you zoom in, you still can't see if he's de-aged or not. So, I don't know. I would like if they de-aged him, but he's also dead, so it's also harder to de-age somebody who's already dead because, right, they have nothing to work off of. But I think they do something like Star Wars. They sort of make it like a person who sort of looks like that actor could sort of play him, and then they sort of do his face a little bit different. Sort of like with the Star Wars guy, like for Rogue One. They just used a new actor to bring him back from the dead. So I don't know, man. It's pretty dope, and I hope we get to see a whole lot more of Dr. Loomis in here. But people are saying this is a big spoiler. I don't know, man. It looks just like a flashback scene. I think we were all looking forward to a flashback scene, and this just sort of confirms it. Like that's all. Who knows even how much of a flashback scene this is going to be? You know, like I'm fine with it.
Run! Go home now!
So, Lindsay Wallace and the other legacy characters, I guess, are carpooling together. So that's something. And then you also see it's still the Michael Myers like burnt Max. So this is after I guess he escaped the fire basement and everything. So I guess he goes on the killing path. Because all these legacy characters seem to be like teamed up. So you got Lindsay Wallace and Marion Chambers, the nurse. So they're all like riding in this SUV, and Michael meets up with them. So I don't know if she heard. Maybe I don't even know why she's in the picture. Like, if you're an old nurse, should you be like retired down in Florida? You should be going chasing Michael Myers or leave that town. Right? Like, even like H2O, like Laurie Strode got the hell out of there. Like, why are you sticking around? Or Lindsay Wallace as well. I think Tommy Doyle is actually like the one who's like on the offensive. Like, I'm going to live in here. I'm waiting for him to get out. Sort of like how Laurie was sort of waiting for him to get out too. And there's another thing. I think the nurse actually looks in the rearview mirror and sees him, but I don't think she ever knew like what Michael Myers looked like, or with his mask on, because she was the one who saw him when he actually escaped. So I don't know. This is just like confirming that I guess he has some like news coverage that Michael Myers actually escaped. So I don't know. That's pretty neat. And I think he's pretty much, they're all strapped in this car too. So you got a couple of guns.
The door! Come on!
Nice. So I guess he gets her hair and he pulls out some of her hair, but she's an old lady. That could be like extensions or something. But I don't know if she dies like right there. But here's another thing. I think you even see like all these people in this car is gonna die because he plants these bodies later. Because we see him on like a merry-go-round, right? And they're all wearing the Shamrock masks. So you saw the black girl nurse, and I guess another person is wearing the pumpkin head Shamrock mask. And yeah, so Michael's doing stuff with the bodies. So I guess he kills them in the car and then takes them to this place. And that looks like that's Tommy Doyle coming up on the scene of these bodies. Because I think like the legacy characters are broke off, like Lindsay Wallace and Marion Chambers. I guess they're going to die first of all. And then Tommy Doyle and the bully character, they're teamed up and I guess hunting Michael for themselves. But they come up on his body. Nice. And that, you know what that showed me? That showed you that Michael was actually like counting the bullets that she fired in the gun, because that looks like it's just like a 6 in the chamber or something. So she probably like shot a couple of times, and then Michael's like, I think she's out. So. Well, there you go, dude. Michael's he's not very supernatural. He'll just eat bullets. Like, dude, Friday the 13th, like part 6, Jason didn't give a fuck about bullets. So he's being supernatural, but not really supernatural where he's like bulletproof. So, that's something.
We killed Michael. My grandmother set the fire.
Ooh, I hope Allison didn't snitch. Like, are they gonna press charges? Like she burned down their. I guess you could burn down your own house. There's nothing to it. Maybe that's some sort of crime. But I don't know why Allison is telling them all that, or I hope she's not telling the police that, because they're there at the hospital. Cowboy hat guy is there, and he's telling her that Michael Myers is alive.
No one told you.
And this is one of the kills that we saw from the very first trailer. So this is very cool. This is like pretty much, it has to be Michael Myers' like first kill. Schmack. Nice. And that's already with that Halligan bar thing that he has. So we already know he kills firefighters like in the very beginning. So if I'm doing a kill count on the whole like trailer, I guess you just throw in those firefighters from the beginning.
Told me what?
Michael Myers is alive.
A man couldn't have survived that fire.
Nice. So we get some nice, like, neat steals. Oh, look at that, dude. It's almost like a Halligan bar through the head. I'm not sure, or maybe that's the same one where he's like, I thought it's either like he poked it or he threw one like a spear, because the other one you just see like the firefighter's perspective. You see a Halligan bar like through his max. So maybe that's like the same thing. Or I don't know, maybe he killed like more than 3 firefighters at the scene. So we saw that he threw a Halligan bar in someone's face. He picked a guy up with like a bar, and then the Jaws of Life guys come at him with the saw. So I see that. There you go. And that's sort of new. You see him just like with the follow through with the saw guy. So there you go. That's at least 3 firefighters at the beginning. And I don't know, maybe more people responded to that call. So that's going to up the kill count. Oh, and then now they actually have like some flashbacks. Like, but here's the thing. That's an actual like clip from the original movie. So I think they're either throwing in some clips from the original, or they're actually reshot some stuff.
We are the survivors.
Yeah, we are the survivors of the very first run-in. And I called it, man. Look at my old video. I got an old video that Michael is going to be hunting down old people from 1978. And that's way before even that Venice screening and everything. So yeah, I'm right. And hopefully that video does well too, man, because I make videos like my Candyman video about the baby, Anthony's the baby, and people were responding on that video saying, you're right. I was like, well, it was obvious. So it's fun when you theorize about something that's actually coming true. So, and I hear, look at this one. That is new. So remember, because the bully ran into him during the day, right? He just like bumped into him real quick because Michael was stalking Tommy. And yeah, so I guess we're going to be following this guy. I think this guy is going to be teaming up with Tommy. But I think they're showing some flashbacks, and that's something new. See, look, that the left is present day, the right is the flashback, and that flashback is new. So maybe he ran into him prior to something we didn't see, some unaccounted time on Halloween. So we're actually maybe we get like more extensive flashbacks, right? So it's not just like maybe a couple of stills, because that's what Dr. Sleep did too. Like, all right, we're going to go back in time and show a couple of flashbacks, but it's going to be really, really brief. Who knows how brief these flashbacks are going to be? It could be half the movie. I don't know. I'm not looking under spoilers. All I know is that we jump into some flashback scenes, and that's pretty cool. So, yeah, that is new. I don't think that's too much spoiler. Like, dude, they're just having flashbacks. Like, all right.
Laurie, what do we do?
We fight.
Mom,
Our family will kill him.
we're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
He is not gonna stop killing until we stop him.
And the crowd is chanting "Evil dies tonight." So I guess there's even coverage on this, right? Because this is all supposed to be the same night, so I guess news spreads quick. Or I don't know, man. I don't think the police was taking it too serious. Remember, the cowboy hat guy was just like, "Hey, what we gonna do? Cancel Halloween?" It didn't seem like it was a huge news story that, like, a bus of prisoners escaped. Right? It seemed like a little weird. Like that is remember when those prisoners escaped on that was like a whole thing on CNN where the lady actually helped them escape and everything. That was like a big news story. So there must have been coverage for Michael Myers actually escaping. And then maybe they found out about those dead firefighters and stuff like that. So it's like a big news story right now.
If you track Michael's victims, that's a straight line to Michael's childhood home.
Nice. So we always knew that they were going to do a flashback or go back to his house, right? So that's definitely a thing. And they recreated that house pretty much. And it's definitely going to be nighttime, right? Because I think we're going to show this house, and then we're also going to show this house way back in the first time Michael killed somebody, because you see a still of like a clown outfit Michael. So I don't know. That's just left to speculation at this point too. But they're definitely going back to the Myers house. And pretty much, I think these two people live there. So basically, two people. I was always thinking maybe Tommy lives at that house. Like, hey, I'm going to buy this house because I know he's eventually going to come back to here if he breaks out. But these two people just seem like they live there. Because we saw him kill these two people in the other trailer. And we're just like, well... there was no context to it, but this gives context. Like, he's ending up going on the warpath all the way to his childhood home, and these two people live there now. Because we saw the stained glass window, and it just looks like maybe it's like a new church. Nice. Oh, and here's another thing. I guess there's a crowd of people, and Michael either throws somebody from a high place and they fall almost into the crowd. Or you never know, man, because that person could be dead, and then he or she's getting thrown from whatever high place, because he seems to be messing with dead bodies a lot in this. And another thing, Allison goes to the house, and I guess Cameron is also with her, but Allison's got a shotgun right inside Michael's face. Like, I was thinking Cameron was going to die immediately. Like, I was like, well, Cameron's like a jerk boyfriend. Of course he's not going to live too long. But I guess, like, he has, like, a redemption or something, because it's actually, like, they're sort of working together, and Allison sort of saves his life for once. But I think she has him dead to rights right there. And I think she has a moment, but she hesitates for a second. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Boom! Knocks the shotgun out of her hand. So I think they had like a second. Yuko just blew his fucking head off. And it didn't happen. Or who knows, man? I think he puts hands on Allison, but Allison seems to be alive. Or you're like, damn, dude. Because if Michael puts, like, I would even consider Lindsay Wallace. He puts hands on Lindsay Wallace, and you gotta consider her dead. So anybody who's not a main character, I think he could put hands on and not die. Like, he put hands on Laurie, but she's pretty messed up now. So I don't know. Like, roughs her up a bit and throws her down. And to me, that sounded like, like sometimes people could fall downstairs and you're like, yeah, okay. But that sounded like a break, like she broke her leg. And I go, man, if Halloween Ends is taking place, I think that means like she breaks her leg. So even if like, what's going to be her part in Halloween Ends if her leg is broken? Hey, what's up, Kiara? What's going on? Yeah, we're just breaking down the trailer, looking for some eggs and everything in here. So we already saw this. This is like the burnt mask. And that's like inside his childhood home. So I think Allison pretty much broke her leg.
You wanna kill someone?
Hey, I'm good. Just waiting for Halloween to come out, and we're gonna be watching it and breaking it down and doing all that. And it's coming to Peacock too, so yeah. Yeah, I think she definitely broke her leg off that fall. Cause you hear it too. So is she done with the rest of the movie? Yeah, I think she's pretty much done for, I think, the rest of the movie on that note. And that's when her mom comes through and pretty much saves her ass. Hey, it's gore time. How's it going? Yeah, you can't wait. Well, you know what? We're less than a month away. And after this final trailer, I know it's given me enough confidence that there's no more delays, no more nothing. And we're finally going to get it, and it's going to be available for everybody. It's going to be on Peacock. I'm going to watch it. My mama's going to watch it. My kid's going to watch it. Everybody's going to watch it. And you don't have to worry about going to the movie theaters and everything. Yeah, you hear that snap. So I think she's pretty much done for until her mom saves her ass. You even hear it in slow motion. See? So he roughs her up a bit. Snack on the rail. Throws her down the stairs. Breaks her leg.
You wanna kill someone too?
So she pretty much, I thought, because the other trailer, you saw her have a mask and was like, hey, Michael, come and get it. But it seems to me that he has his mask on. But it's very dark. I don't know. It's very dark. Because I was always saying maybe he has two masks, but they also did that in Rob Zombie's Halloween, where he broke a floorboard and he had a mask inside the floorboards. But I don't know, man. They're calling back to a bunch of different movies. Like, I would be surprised if he had like another mask like at that house. Maybe that's why he was going to that house. I was saying that too. Oh, you got the Halloween Kills mask? Very cool. I want to try to get one. It's almost like, what are you going to be for Halloween, man? Because that's going to be like the biggest costume. It's either going to be Michael Myers. It's going to be Candyman. I don't know. I would like to be Candyman. I could be a white Candyman. All you need is the coat and the hook. Right? They could race swap Candyman. Yeah, I could be a white Candyman. Why not? I'm not going to do blackface or anything. I would be a white Candyman guy. But, probably Halloween Kills will probably be the better movie. I want to do because it's like my kid's first Halloween, so I could be like a grown Michael Myers and he could be little Michael Myers. Or I could be a Michael Myers and he could be a little like Dr. Loomis. All he needs like a little baby trench coat. Won't that be cute? Oh yeah, I'm going to the movies to see it, and I'm gonna watch it once a day for a week on Peacock. So yeah. Are your kids around my age? Nah. My kids what? By the time Halloween Kills come out, it's gonna be about like 8 months. Yep, Rob did that. Yeah, because he did have a spare mask. So I don't know. I was always like, well, maybe if she's holding the max, that means that there's two Macs floating out there. So that's what I'm assuming. But it seems like she did get him out of the house there. So maybe Allison is down and out and she's still at that house.
Michael!
Oh, and there was a lot to unpack there. And this still, too. So we definitely know, like, this still's the one that people... I was even going to use the still as, like, the thumbnail for this video, but I think people will be like, man, you're an asshole. Why are you putting out spoilers like that? I go, it's just a flashback, and we don't even... I think the big thing is I want to see Dr. Loomis have, like, a DH so you actually see him a bit. But if they just use a new actor, like, might as well. Or maybe this is, like, the biggest look we get at Dr. Loomis being in here. Like, did Dr. Loomis actually convince Michael to go outside and turn himself in? Because he goes sort of quietly. Oh, congratulations. Thank you. Who do you think is falling from the hospital? I don't know, dude. That's weird. And it would be the hospital or some other high place that the crowd is around. So that could be the whole thing because everybody was shocked. And it doesn't mean Michael shows up inside the whole crowd and kills everybody. He could be just throwing somebody off the hospital roof. But he's at the hospital. That's something. I don't know. Maybe it's unrelated. maybe someone just killed themselves. Hey, Sports Reacts, what's going on? Oh, yeah, you can see a young Michael Myers. Yeah. And they recasted that role too. So are we getting multiple flashback scenes? Because it seems like this is a flashback still. And then we also get a young clown outfit, Michael Myers.
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes.
And that's another thing. Are we going to see Michael Myers unmasked? Because that mask is beat to shit already. Like, I don't know, man. It's even like Nick Castle, who he said he had like the original mask at his house. And he's like, man, that thing's so old and everything. It'll probably like turn into dust already. This mask already went through a fire and such. So I don't know if it's that hard to tear it off his face. And I think they even said, hey, this mask is going to be different from the mask that they're going to have in Halloween Ends. So, yeah, I don't know. So maybe that's when they take it off of him and he just goes without a mask. And I always say maybe he even takes off his mask. He's been known to take off his mask a couple of times in the movies. So, like, to get around, like incognito. Because no one noticed him without the mask on. So I was like, he could even be at the hospital without his mask on to get around. The only way you know it's him is with his like fucked up eye. Danielle Harris needs to make a return to Halloween Ends. Maybe. But you know what? That's not even fair to her and the other people because it's like she was already in part 4, part 5. She didn't agree to do part 6, but they killed her off anyway, I guess. Like, it was such a small role in part 6, her character. And then she was in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and then Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So her character was already in 5 movies. And then it doesn't make sense because she is supposed to be Laurie's daughter, but in this, they reconned it to be Allison. So her character is pretty much Allison. But whatever. I do like her though. Here, let's see. And she grew up pretty fine. See, that is Danielle Harris. But I think this is also like 10 years ago, so she's a little bit older now, or pre-kids. This might have been before she had kids. Is she still making horror movies? And I think she was at Monsterpalooza last time I saw her there. Or yeah, I definitely want to try to get a picture with her sometime. But yeah, she's one of those like horror convention regulars. So that's why, man, like I think in the future you got politic, you like how Kane Hodder politicked his way to be known as the Jason. Like she's known as the Halloween girl, just because she made it known, man. But I wouldn't mind if she's in it in some other capacity, though. She could be something like a cop or somebody else. Yeah, the Halloween final trailer was awesome. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It left us hanging. So it didn't really spoil anything. Like, I think this spoiled less than the very first trailer. The first trailer, I was like, what the fuck, dude? You just said how he escaped the basement and everything. I made like 4 videos about how he could possibly escape the basement. They just gave that away in the trailer. So I don't know. The final trailer was pretty cool. It doesn't spoil anything. I think. I think it just confirms. It just confirms there's a flashback scene, and somebody's playing Dr. Loomis, and there's still so much more out there. Like if you watch the first trailer, you pretty much there was nothing in this trailer that's going to spoil anything more. I think. Yeah, the final trailer was pretty awesome. It didn't show too much, but still give us like just a little bit more hype. Yeah, I want to take a picture with her and meet her. Yeah, just any horror convention you go to, she's like I said, she's a regular at all of them. California ones, Texas ones, you know. Whatever horror convention is gonna be going on in your state, she will be there. Do I have any more pictures of her in there? I remember somebody saying, like, yeah, I had a biggest crush on her and it just ended. Like, don't say that. Just say you still have a crush on her. She is one of the like scream queens, though, you know, because even though she was a child in those 2 movies, she like kept making horror movies her whole career. Or, you know, you know what, she was like topless for like 3 minutes inside of the Rob Zombie Halloween 2, right? Which she finally got killed. So I don't know. But this one, I think let's like they're trying to ignore the Rob Zombie's Halloween movie, so it would make sense to have her in both. See, it seems like she's stabbing somebody now. Did she get the best of Michael right here? Right? And I also went, yeah, that's the Michael Myers, the young Michael Myers, because the police showed up. But I think the police even showed up. They showed up on the 1978 version. So are we getting like 2 flashbacks? So we're flashing back to 1978, and when did he kill his sister? Like 57 or something like that. Like 18 years prior to the 1978. I don't know. Do the math. Wait. If it was 18 years before 1970, that would be 1960. All right. So maybe we get like 2 flashbacks. Or, I don't know, man. Maybe we do that whole Rob Zombie 2 thing where you actually see himself being a kid and he sees his mom and everything. Yeah, Daniel was in TV shows. Yeah, she continued to make horror movies, and she's a mainstay in the horror community. Oh, you think she stabbed him? It looks like it. It looks like it. I wouldn't doubt that. She's either stabbing him or somebody else. I don't know. Because she shot him already, right? So she got some good offense on him. She shot him like in the neck. Remember? Like shot him and then he fell down the stairs. So the whole Strode family's fucking him up. But Allison, he got the best of Allison. I was like, oh man, I thought she was going to be like the hero. Like she was supposed to be the new Laurie, but it seems like her leg's broke and she's out of it. And her mom comes to save her because everyone did not like her character in 2018. They're like, I don't like her. I want her to die. And I don't know. If any Strode was going to die in this one, I thought it was going to be her, but you know, doesn't look good for Allison. Can't wait for this movie, Cowboys fan. Yep. Well, it's gonna be available for everybody too. I don't know why even people are mad. They were like, "Oh, it's coming to Peacock and theaters." They're gonna make Halloween Ends no matter what, because I think people are more concerned. Like, man, it's not gonna do good in the box office, and then we're not gonna get a new one. We're gonna have Halloween movies the rest of our lives. We're definitely having Halloween Ends, and I wouldn't even be mad if they went past Ends. What if they went Halloween Forever? Right? Or they did like the what if. I remember someone saying like, what if they did like the Marvel, like what if they did different stuff for Halloween? And this is a sort of what if. What if Michael and Laurie weren't brother and sister? This whole franchise is based on the what ifs. So we could do what if anything. What if Michael Myers faces Jason? What if Michael Myers does all this? I don't know. There's definitely more life in this series, so I don't think anyone should be that concerned. Oh, you like both the Rob Zombies movies? Well, that's a change. Because most of it was like I like part one, but man, they did so much white trash stuff. I think if you get a Rob Zombie version and you cut down on the white trash stuff, then it's a better movie. Once he becomes Michael Myers, it's a pretty good movie. It's almost like, just skip over that first act stuff. Like the whole thing that made Michael Myers scary is he could be any kid. Like this still, he seems like he was like a every kid, and not this whole backstory where his mom's a stripper and the stepdad's a piece of crap. You're like, oh, no kidding, he's gonna become a serial killer. That's like the blueprint to become a serial killer. Michael Myers scary when it's like a mystery, like what the hell is making Michael Myers do that? Why is he not talking for all these years? Like the mystery around Michael is what it's the most intriguing part of him. Why doesn't he speak? And I like how this is actually making him smarter. Like he counted down the bullets probably to make sure she ran out of bullets before, standing in front of her. And yeah, he's very cerebral. I guess he shows up at the hospital and then goes back to the childhood home, right? So he's at these two places. So he's either, I think he went to go to the hospital and threw that girl off the roof and went, fuck that. The spot is too hot. There's too many people here. Let me go back to my original plan of going back home. All right, here, let's go back to the beginning of this trailer. Yeah, because I think that's just one of the Shamrock masks. That's what people were saying. Well, like, because like you're like, what? They had the Shamrock Max in Halloween? Because that's just Halloween 3. That was supposed to be like an anthology one. And you're like, well, that's part of this one because that movie was so out there that you put Max on the kids, and it was like a big terrorist thing to kill most of the kids in America. So it's weird that they're putting that in there. It's just neat that they like acknowledge those movies, but that seems like it's like one of the skull Max from the Shamrock Max because he eventually puts all three masks on all the people inside that car and puts them on that merry-go-round. And look at that knife. That knife is already bloody. Like he might have already killed everybody inside that car. Because I was thinking maybe that nurse and Lindsay Wallace are like carpooling. Because it seems like these legacy characters are like carpooling together because they all seem to be around each other. Oh, I think she should save Laurie and her mom in Halloween Ends. Yeah, man, definitely say. I thought Allison's gonna be like the Ash Williams of this whole series. Like she's gonna be the new blood. And I know some people are like, man, I want Allison in even more movies, but man, she looks like she got beat up and her legs broke. But Halloween Ends is going to be a time jump. They already said, I think it's going to be like 5 years in the future. So if they're jumping like 5 years in the future, there's definitely going to be enough time for that leg to heal. But man, if you got a broken leg, that's going to be it for you the rest of this movie. Hey, what do you think they didn't try to catch whoever was falling? Nope. What are you talking about, dude? If you see someone falling from that high, they're gonna crush you. Like it's not like I guess if you're like 10 feet off the ground or something like that, like pro wrestlers, they try to catch you before you break their fall. But if you're super high up like that, it's gonna hurt you. That's like a 200-pound weight coming down on, or however big the person is, over 100 pounds or something like that, is going to mess you up. So I don't know. Or if they knew the person was like up there, maybe they could got like a firefighter thing, like one of those things to catch them. Right? I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely weird. So now we have like Michael's definitely gonna be at the hospital because he throws a person off of the roof. That's something. But I would blame anybody not trying to catch somebody from that high. If it's a baby, yeah, because a baby's pretty small, or a child, you try to catch them. But a grown person falling off the roof, no. I don't recommend you trying to catch anybody falling from a roof. Would you be Michael Myers in this movie? Hell yeah, dude. I would ride that forever too. I'd go to every horror convention, take a picture with Michael Myers. I would put that on my resume. That's what I would be for the rest of my life. Rob Zombie fucked up Michael as a character, but I loved how he looked and how brutal he was. Yeah, there is good stuff to say about the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. Like, it was different. It was brutal. It definitely like itches that scratch if you just want like fucked up kills and brutal kills and nudity, and that it's like Rob Zombie has its own niche for. All right, if you're going to watch a Rob Zombie movie, you're going to see some messed up like. His whole thing is, I think every single Rob Zombie movie tries to imitate just Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If that movie never existed, or Rob Zombie never saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he would probably be a different sort of director. But every movie he has, he's going for that sort of like grit that the original Texas Chainsaw had. So, but there's definitely good stuff to say about that. So yeah, this still is definitely still the most intriguing thing out of this whole trailer. So we're like, man, how much of a flashback scene are we gonna get? And it seems like Michael does turn himself in, and yeah, and he's not gonna get shot because he's been shot enough, right? And I think even people are gonna be pissed, like, man, or if this is LAPD, blah 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 blah, they would have shot Michael 100 times. But this is also 1978, or pretty much Dr. Loomis convinced Michael to turn himself in. But still, man, it would be not. And I think in the original plans for Halloween 2018, I heard was that they were going to have a death scene of Loomis. So that maybe they didn't include that in Halloween 2018, but they might include that into Halloween Kills. So we might even see the death of Loomis. He could die here, but if he kills him right here or turns around and kills him, I don't know how much sense that would make because the cops obviously got to shoot you to death. Or he'd be like, I shot 9 times and lived because he already got shot 6 times by now. If it's just the same night, or maybe Loomis shot 6 times and only hit him once or twice, right? Maybe it's just a shitty shot, but they were basically in the same room together. So I don't know. But this just still just amazing. It's just so hyped for this. Like, or do we see him take off? They gotta take off his mask before you take him in custody. And we saw his face already from the 1978 one. So why did he turn himself in? That exactly, baby. He was just done. He was pretty much hurt at this time too, man. Because think about it. He got shot 6 times, fell off that balcony. And maybe we even see him run into the bully too, or there's probably more in that flashback. but he was pretty much hurt. I mean, there's no shame in his game turning himself in at that point. Or Loomis convinced him to go outside and turn himself in. I don't know. But it definitely seems like this is the end for Michael in 1978. He's not going to kill all these cops. He's not going to go off on those like he's going off on the firefighters. Or maybe he was still like sort of recovering. Because if he got shot 6 times, he's probably like, hey, man, just take me to jail. I'm done. But I definitely want to see it. And that's the most intriguing photo of this whole trailer. Like, it's how did they catch him? Because Halloween 2018, they just said, hey, he got caught. And Will Patton said he was the arresting officer. But so he's one of those officers down there, it seems like. So I don't know. I'm trying to think about being an actor at home for TV shows. I'm going to do my own Halloween movie. That's cool, man. Everyone's doing their sort of like fan films. Fan films are picking up a lot of momentum because even like Never Hike Alone, after Never Hike Alone, I've seen a lot of people try to do the whole Friday the 13th and stuff, or try to make your own different horror movie spin, man. Like James Wan with Malignant. Everyone's sort of like shitting on that, but man, that is a crazy. It's going to be hard for Michael Myers to catch up with that kill count. And I don't know, man. I put up that video and it was one continuous video and it got good like dislike ratio. And then I had to split it up because I couldn't get the whole video out there in one shot. So it's like I had to split up part 1 and part 2, or people watch part 1 and go, fuck you, it's not even finished. I go, well, there's a part 2. I can't help that. That's a copyright thing. But anyways, Michael Myers is going to have a lot to catch up with if Malignant is going to outkill him in the kill count. Or maybe he killed more people in this scene. So I don't know. It's definitely worth checking out. I think Michael turned himself in. He would break out again in like 5 or 6 years or so in a new movie. That'd be something. I mean, because I think it already in Halloween 2018 they said he's been locked up for that long. So, but they could do something. Hey, Entertainment TV, what's going on? I think Michael got hurt and just turned himself in. That makes the most sense. Like he got shot 6 times. I think he's sort of over it. He's not about getting killed for no reason. And if every one of these cops shot him 6 times, that is going to be like Michael. Michael could probably get shot 6, 7 times or something, but all these cops with guns on him, he's not going to survive that. Or Halloween 4, he got shot like what? He got shot a whole bunch of times at Halloween 4, right? Before he like fell down that mine shaft. But I don't know. I don't think he could take all those bullets. Or he could go out like Scarface right there. Yeah, exactly. I wonder how Dr. Loomis' face is going to look like. See, like, I'm even, like, zooming in on here. And it's still sort of blurry, and you can't really make it out. So, I don't know if they de-aged him or just used a different actor. Or maybe that's all we get. Maybe we get, like, far-away looks at him. So, it's definitely, like, Dr. Loomis, but I don't know. I would like a de-aged look at him. I thought that's what we were getting inside this trailer because I think people were trying to avoid this trailer. But then, you know, I like it. I like this even more because it wets my beak like, dude, we're actually getting a flashback scene and we're going to get a good look at Loomis. So that's going to be very cool. Because it's just weird having a Michael Myers movie without Dr. Loomis. And Dr. Loomis was in Halloween 2018, even if it was just a voice. Like maybe they used the same voice actor and kept it consistent. Or they filmed this for 2018 and didn't use it. I don't know.
Run! Go now!
Yeah, so Michael's not going to kill those kids. I mean, and they were saying that he wanted to play hide and seek with them. You're like, what? Did Michael actually go up to those kids and talk to them? Right? So those kids were like, oh, well, this guy's trying to play hide and seek. I don't know. Or does Michael Myers have that whole like Michael Jackson syndrome? Like he never got to be a kid because he was always locked up while he was a kid. Is that the thing? Are we supposed to? Please don't turn Michael Myers into a good guy like Candyman. Like at the end of Candyman, I sort of didn't like it how what he's killing bad police officers now. Like, no, don't do that. Cause keep our bad guys bad. You know what I'm talking about? Like even crooked cops, just stay away from that. But very cool look of Michael here, and he's very agile too, man. He climbs on top of that roof pretty quick. Is that Dr. Loomis from Halloween 4? Will Sports reacts. I don't know if you know, but Dr. Loomis is like the main guy. And well, he was wearing a trench coat in every single movie. I think he had like one look. Dr. Loomis always wore a trench coat, or at least he wore a trench coat in at least the October months, right? You know, maybe he didn't wear it so much, you know, in the summer, but that was Dr. Loomis's look. If you look closely to the Max, it looks like Halloween 2018 Max, but without the cross and dirty. Oh, so if you think that mask is not burnt up yet, like this was pre getting burned in the thing. I don't know, dude. I think because when you see him up, now when you see Michael come up to the driver's side window, you see it is still like a burnt mask. Oh, you think he's de-aged? I would love that. I want to see Loomis how we like remembered him. It was sort of sad seeing Loomis so old in Curse of Michael Myers as well. That was like his very last movie. You're like, oh my God, you're so old, Loomis. If they had that technology back then, I would say just maybe recast him or something like that. Yeah, Loomis' favorite outfit was a trench coat. Like if you have a action figure of Dr. Loomis, is definitely going to be in a trench coat. Hey, all right, see you later, Sports Reacts. 1978 mask is in the flashback. All right, yeah, very cool. So there's different variations of his mask, and I'm still saying maybe there's two masks floating out there because it seems like his mask is off his face, and maybe that's what they're going to tease us like. But we already sort of saw his face, and in Halloween 2018, he didn't have his mask on for a lot of that movie. Like he didn't get his mask until he already killed a couple of people. So I don't know how much of a maskless Michael we're going to see.
Unlock the door! No! Come on!
Nice. So he attacks that whole car, pulls her hair out, and I don't know, maybe we won't even get to see them all get killed, but all these people are going to die in this car for sure. I wish Halloween 6 wasn't Dr. Loomis' last movie. Yeah, he's just old. He was pretty much old when the first movie came out. And the first movie was 40 years ago. I mean, he would have died. If he never died, he would have been like 100 years old by now. So I don't know. Let's see, what else did I get into? Oh yeah, I was like, maybe Cameron doesn't even die in this iteration, right? Because I was like, Cameron did die. See, because I was always like, if Michael puts your hands on you, he's going to kill you. But Allison had a moment like maybe that's the whole thing. Like she had him dead to rights there, and then she's like, go ahead and do it. And you're like, whoa, why is Allison begging Michael to kill her? because he's like, well, I spared you and you're going to spare me. But he definitely sort of broke her leg on this one. And that's almost like a throwback to how Laurie fell down the stairs. But Laurie didn't break her leg. She was just messed up in part one and had to crawl basically to across the street to have Tommy and Lindsay open the door for her. Oh yeah, the 2018. Yeah, without his max, he's very unsuspecting, so he could just go wherever. Like he killed everybody in that gas station without his mask on. So he killed like the mechanic and the cashier, and then he killed the podcasters until he got his mask on. So I don't know what's the big deal about taking off his mask. I never was like, you never go like, oh, because it's Jason when you take off his mask, he's really fucked up looking. Like Michael is just sort of like a guy. So when you take off his mask, it's not going to be anything like that grotesque. But, you know, Laurie did say in this, like they're teasing at that. I was just more about like, is Michael ever going to speak? Yeah, maybe she's telling Karen to do it. So I don't know, man, because definitely it seems like Michael, whatever it's going to be a cliffhanger. So it's going to be a cliffhanger on either is Michael going to, he's not going to die in this. I mean, we see him get stabbed and maybe get his max taken off. But right with Halloween ends, maybe Halloween ends, he doesn't wear a max. He goes, fuck it. So they're definitely good. They've never done anything like this. I think with H2O and Halloween Resurrection, they didn't let us know that they were making both of those. Like they already went, hey, we're gonna chop off his head, but we're gonna do a switcheroo thing where he walks off, and that wasn't actually him to get his head chopped off and everything. So I don't know. I think Cameron would kill Michael and Allison will try to kill him again. All right. Yeah, I think so. Because now I'm going like maybe Cameron won't die because they, in a deleted scene, they had him locked up too. So if he's locked up, what the hell is he doing here? You know, like I want, or maybe they're like that deleted scene is not canon no more. Maybe I'll make a whole video about that. Like, did Cameron just get bailed out by his dad? And oh yeah, I guess I don't know if you're in the drunk tank, because I think they were like, let's throw Cameron into the drunk tank, and he's still sort of dressed up like that whole Bonnie and Clyde thing because that's how we left Cameron. So I guess his dad bails him out, and then they're on team let's go hunt Michael Myers and kill him and follow him back to his childhood home. But I sort of like Cameron. I mean, he just made out with this girl, and it was very blatant. And he threw her phone into Athena pudding or something. But I don't know. Maybe he can redeem himself. I don't know. I didn't like the bullshit friend. I'm glad that he died in 2018 because he was trying to scam on Allison anyway. And he was doing that whole like friendship, like I'll be friends and walk you home and then I'll try to make a move on you later. Like I get why Allison's sort of like dissed him. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Cameron makes up for all his misgivings in part one. That would be pretty cool. I feel like Halloween 4 would have been scary if Michael just worn them badges. I don't know. Halloween 4 is great, man. And maybe we cover Halloween 4 more coming up in the weeks. It's definitely worth a rewatch with this 4K. Halloween is getting Halloween 1, 2. I think they're also doing 3. I don't know. 1, 2, and 4 are getting 4K remasters, and I'm not sure if the remasters are going to carry over to like iTunes and digital. Like the Thing got a 4K, and that's 4K right now. If you go on your iTunes account or whatever, so that's cool that they just upgrade you for free. But I don't know if they're doing that same thing for Halloween because I think They Live got a Shout Factory 4K. And it's still not 4K. So I don't know. Some movies they do that for and some don't. Like The Shining, if you bought The Shining before the 4K remaster came out, then it just upgrades you for free. I don't know. Exactly, entertainment. All right. He should be in jail, but I think his dad sort of bailed him out. Or if he wasn't like in the drunk tank, because I think they'll keep you in the drunk tank until you're sober. But I don't think he was that drunk. He just mouthed off to the cops, and then the dad went down there and got him out. So I don't know, man. In regular like LAPD and stuff, no, you're gonna stay at least like the whole night in jail. But this is like small town police, so I'm not mad at it. Or the police are just like, all right, man, we got Michael Myers, we got other shit going on, we got a whole bunch of officers and firefighters dead. Everyone can just get out, or at least like the like drunk tank and stuff like that, or just the deleted scene is not canon. Like maybe it's just deleted and they're like, nah, let's not have him arrested. I mean, they added it in the deleted scenes, but they didn't put that alternate ending in deleted scenes because I guess the deleted scenes would be canon then, because they had a whole different they supposedly did a screening of Halloween 2018 with a different ending. Like Laurie and them fought, and then Michael was wounded and went into the woods, and that's the end. So they never showed us that endings because that's not canon, but maybe it's canon that Cameron would be in jail. Yeah, and he tried to save Allison's life. So there you go. So Cameron actually is okay in my book. But who knows, man? Maybe he did kill him. And then that's when Michael puts hands on Allison and breaks her leg. Right there, sort of throws her down the chain, breaks her leg. And I don't know, man. That could be the it for Cameron. So Cameron's definitely in the house. Karen's outside. And I thought this was the point where she has the mask and she lures Michael outside. But I think in the first trailer, you were to believe that there was like a mob with her. But it seems like right here, there's no mob. So the two trailers were just like trying to trick you a little bit. So it just seems like Cameron, and oh yeah, in the first trailer you saw the blood come down from the ceiling. So I think Cameron's dad is probably dead because they were all part of a crew. It seemed like Cameron's dad, and Tommy, they were all like crewing up to hunt Michael. So I don't know. It could just be it's down to Karen met up with them later. And I don't know. I hope Cameron's still alive because if he tried to save Allison, then he should live. Because that's a good thing in movies too, man. Like he was a jerk in part one and you thought he would die, but you kept him around for some reason. He probably has a redemption of some sort. So, yeah. Or maybe he bailed on Allison and went like, all right, man, I'm out of here. I was a jerk boyfriend. I'm still a jerk, and I'm not going to die for this. But he does seem like he was hunting down Michael Myers a bit, and he was doing this for Allison because Allison's probably like, you going to ride with me? But I think Cameron had came across them and saw it happen and then fought Michael. Yeah, but I think they're all sort of riding together. Like, there's a lot of carpooling going on in this movie. We have a lot of legacy characters still chilling with each other. Like, I think Lindsay Wallace and her crew is gone. So when you see Lindsay, whoever's like, there, let's break off into teams. All right, somebody's with Lindsay. All right, that crew's all gonna die. I think it's gonna be Tommy, Cameron's dad, is a different crew, and they come up on the other people dead. So yeah, they killed it with the lighting and camera angles in this movie. Hopefully, the flashback is grain like old VHS. I don't know, because there's some, they're probably just, you're going to know, like, from the look of Michael and the other stuff, probably. Like, I don't know if they'll do it that much, like America History X, like everything's going to be black and white from a flashback, or pretty much show it that way. I could feel Allison when she broke her leg. Yeah, yeah. Especially like you play in slow motion, it's almost like a sports injury. You go snap. Right here. Yeah. Well, because everyone falls downstairs and they act like falling downstairs is not a big deal. Like, oh man, I've fallen down like a step and like damn near twisted my ankle. So falling down some stairs is no joke. Like, it's good they're finally bringing some realism to that. And then Michael pretty much has her dead to rights. And maybe that's the whole thing where he's going to stab her and go, do it. And then Karen finally comes and saves her. So it's going to be cool, man. I'm definitely going to watch this a whole lot. This is my most anticipated movie of the year. I was mostly anticipating Candyman before this. Like, go back in my old videos. It's like all it is Candyman theories and Halloween Kills theories. And some of these I get right and some of these I get wrong. And I don't know, it's fun to theorize it. And I'm not looking at any scripts or doing any of that shit. Because I think if you want some spoilers, you just go to the go to the Rotten Tomatoes Halloween Kills page and just read one of those reviews, like a long 3-page review. Like, reviews aren't reviews at that point. They're just breaking down the movie. I'm shitty at non-spoiler reviews because I can't do it because I gotta be vague. Like, Malignant has a thing where I can't dance around the subject that long. So it's sort of like, if you want to look at non-spoiler reviews, try to, but there's gonna be spoilers in those reviews. Hey, I think Cameron's dad might have survived like he did in 78. Well, Cameron's dad he ran into Michael during the day, right? He just sort of bumped into him with it was when Michael was still stalking Tommy. So I don't know, but it seems like they did have another encounter because that clip shows that he's on the ground again. So I don't know. And it's nighttime. I don't think he ran into Michael sort of during the nighttime, unless they film some new stuff. Is Halloween Kills budget bigger than Halloween 2018? I think so, because 2018 was a hit. I fell downstairs and didn't hurt. Well, you're probably young, man. Once you hit 30, you fall down some stairs, that is going to linger. Maybe, but Allison's young, man. She could take a tumble. I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, as a kid, used to fall downstairs all the time and stuff, or jump off your roof and land right. As long as you tumble, right? As long as you sort of roll with it. Oh, here we go. Candyman versus Jason Voorhees. I would say Jason. I like him better. There's no. Are you excited for Venom 2? I'll cover that because Venom 2 is almost like horror movie adjacent. And I was so pissed at Venom 2 for trying to come up on my Halloween Kills date. I go, get the fuck out of here, Venom. Right? We said we had October 15th for the longest time. Or, you know what? I was like, all right, cool. If it's October 1st, I'm going to be watching Venom on October 1st and then maybe doing a video about it and doing all that. But when it was going to be on Halloween Kills date, I was like, well, whatever. I'll watch Venom 2 in another week or so, So when Venom 2 actually went on the Halloween Kills date, I didn't give a shit about it. But now I also hear that there's a big after credit scene, and that's probably gonna be Spider-Man. So I don't know. Because what else could you put into a Venom movie that makes the audience go crazy? You either go some superhero's gonna show up, right? Or they're just gonna do more Fox stuff Wolverine or something like that. Hey, love your hat. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to do my hair for this, so that's why I did the hat. Or I think I'll actually do a kill count video about this because I did a kill count video about the Halloween Kills trailer, and that got some good views. So fuck it, might as well do it for this. I wanted to break down just some general thoughts, or if anybody had some like more thoughts about this trailer that I can use as my own ideas. Right? It doesn't make sense to put Carnage in a PG movie. It should be just 18 because of how messed up he is. Yeah, dude, it seems like most now comic book movies have to be rated R or they suck. Like Suicide Squad was rated R and it was pretty cool. And now every sort of comic book movie has to be rated R. Like I think Spider-Man, the regular Spider-Man doesn't have to be rated R. Like that's a PG-13 movie all day. Like sometimes it serves better for a PG. Now comic book movies all want to go darker and have more curse words and more violence. And even you see like, man, PG-13 version of Justice League was bullshit. But you had the rated R Snyder cut and it was pretty cool. Even though that I didn't think it was like, well, what's so rated R about this Snyder cut? It's a little bit more violent, but it's not like you saw like Wonder Woman's like nips or you didn't see anything like too rated R in any of that. Like, I don't know. You think, of course, I think Allison and Cameron will probably survive. Allison's probably going to survive. I don't see her dying because she's supposed to be the future. She just got a broken leg. She's done for this movie, it seems like. Cameron, I don't know, man. It would sort of be weird that she had the shotgun and maybe Michael kills Cameron because you don't see him after that. So if Michael has hands on you, you got to assume that he's going to die. But he put hands on Allison, though. So I don't know, man. That's going to be very cool. I can't wait to see that. Because it would be neat if Cameron makes it to Halloween Ends. Because, right, you got to have these secondary characters at least be part 1, 2, and 3. I just love how she stand there until, yeah. So, yeah, Michael sort of, maybe he knew she wasn't going to shoot him. Or she at least had a second because, man, if Michael's in front of a shotgun, there's hard to believe that he's going to survive that. Unless it's like birdshot or something like that. And Karen might die. That's right, dude. Karen could. I think one of the Strodes should die in this movie. And that's more looking at you, Karen, because even in 2018, people didn't like Karen. I like Karen. I like the stepdad, too. He was pretty all right. Like, you have to like these characters that actually feel like, oh, man, that's too bad that they killed him. But that's what's great about slasher movies. You get attached to these people, and they're gone. What's a movie that everyone hated but you enjoy? I don't know, man. It Follows. It seems like It Follows got like a lot of hate. I like Malignant, and everyone seems to hate that movie too. I like Malignant more like the second half. Like now I just go, I need to watch the first half. Let me watch after that reveal. Because after that reveal, it gets bonkers crazy. And that's what I loved about that movie. But it seems like even Rotten Tomatoes is like 50%. So I don't know. Sometimes it's worth it. Or sometimes people are right, sometimes people are wrong. But there's tons of movies like that techno. They probably have more Flashback in Halloween Ends than Kills. You think so? Because I think Kills is like the middle one because you have more sort of like flashbacks in maybe in Kills, but Ends has got to wrap it up, or they're actually probably going to call back to like the very first movie. So I don't know. I like how he kills, he transcends. Yeah, so more he kills, the more he transcends is probably saying by the end of the movie, he's going to be like supernatural. Like he's going to eat bullets. He's not going to be able to be killed. That's what I was like, whoa, he's actually going to be more like part 6, Curse of Michael Myers. Michael. Because it seems like right here, he even knows, like, man, I'm going to die if I face all these cops right all at once. So, yeah. I just looking forward to it. Hey, what's a movie that scared you the most? Gone Girl. Man, that movie was scary. I always go like, man, I do not want to have a girlfriend or something die and I got to go to jail for it and I'm completely innocent. That's scary. Like, I don't know about all these horror movies. I just love horror movies, man. It's like, I don't really get scared at them. I just, I enjoy the ride, you know? You just enjoy the ride they take you on. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, like I said earlier, I said that earlier, entertainment. It's like the Rob Zombie movies were good if you took the Michael childhood out. I guess I get what they were going for, but it was just too white trashy. Like, I hope it seems like we get a flashback to Michael as a kid, but Michael as a kid the night of the murder, not this whole like he was a bully or he tortured animals and all this other stuff. Or, hey, Steve, with Halloween Ends time jumping, I'm curious if Michael gets captured at the end of Kills or if Allison has some trauma as Laurie. I don't know, man. Maybe will Michael get caught again? I don't know, dude. I think that's it. Cause it would be good if they end up on a note where Michael is still alive. You know, like Michael's still alive and still out there. Cause then he would have to break out of jail again and ends, or they go. I don't know, dude. I didn't think that he would probably get captured again. Or I like the idea of all 3 movies taking place on the same night. The Halloween Kills ending makes sense. Yeah, but that's a very packed night, you know? That's a very, very packed night. I don't see how you could do all that just in one night, you know? That's why the time jump sort of makes sense. I mean, when you had the flashbacks, I mean, you could flashback half the goddamn movie and, you know, you could do all that stuff before actually like dawn sets in. So, yeah, the time jump sort of makes sense. I like it all taking place on the same night because even Friday the 13th part 2, 3, and 4 happened pretty much in the same weekend. So that's a thing. So you could definitely do movies that like, especially slasher movies that happen like in the same week, you know. So, but in the same night, you know, I don't know. Because technically Friday the 13th happened Thursday, Friday the 12th, all the way to like Sunday the 15th or something like that. I think Allison saved Cameron's life with the gun. Yeah, pretty much. I was thinking he was a goner because there's a picture with him just like his hands around his neck. And you're like, dude, he is gone. Like right there, I go, oh, he's so dead. Until you saw this like little clip of the shotgun. And so maybe Cameron gets away or he maybe gets knocked out or something. But now, because that's the reason they showed this little clip. You go, oh, Cameron's definitely going to die in this. But it'd be very much a shocker if he survives this movie too. Hey, do you think Halloween will beat Candyman's box office? That's hard to tell, dude. Oh shit. I don't even know what I did here. Everyone's concerned about the box office of Halloween and everything. Like, dude, it'll do good. Or Candyman, you know, they made a rental too, like 17 days afterwards. Right? But it's going to be on Peacock at the same time. So that's definitely going to hurt. But Peacock is going to pay you money to be on there. So that's the whole point. Like, dude, it's money in the end. I mean, it's a business. I mean, if they're going to pay you the amount of money, but they want that money to come in on subscriptions. I'm already subscribed to Peacock. Like, I get that for the WWE. I get that for Office stuff. They have all the Office on there. They have good horror movies on there. I think Peacock's totally worth it, even before this Halloween Kills news. So I go, dude, great. I don't know why so many people are so upset about going to Peacock. And will it hurt the box office? I think it hurt Suicide Squad a bit, but you know, people liked it. You know, I think they're even putting out for rental and to buy for $30 right now on iTunes, because that's like the Disney Plus model. So every movie they're doing sort of different to see how they can make the most money out of each thing. So pretty much they're figuring it out. I mean, you make money, it's different. Like, it's very visible to all of us about how much box office you get, or it's indicative on how successful a movie is. But you know, if it beats it, it beats it. And I think even if you look at, there's formulas to see how well a movie will do too. Like Candyman got this many views on the trailer on YouTube, or it ranks this high on Google Trends and such. So you'll definitely you could definitely tell like how well something's going to do even before. Like, you can look at like Twitter mentions, and you can look at all that and put a formula and figure out some sort of formula how to predict something like that. But maybe Halloween Kills won't, but I don't know, man. Halloween Kills is definitely going to have a longer, like, they already said they're going to make a sequel. We don't even know if Candyman's going to get a sequel. They haven't announced shit yet. That's so weird to me too. Like, I thought this Candyman's going to be a reboot. That means more sequels. Like, you got to give it to Halloween, that Halloween 2018, you know, because all these like failed reboots in the like 2000, they were like, here's the Amityville Horror reboot, and here's the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. It's a reboot only if you make more sequels. So it was just a failed remake at those points, right? Even Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 made a sequel on Halloween 2. So it's like, reboot, just, I would consider reboot mean you reboot the franchise. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre got rebooted because you made more Texas Chainsaw Massacres, right? Because what, the first run only had about 5 movies, and now you're 5 movies deep on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so it's rebooted. You got 5 in. So I don't know. It's sort of even weird they haven't announced a Candyman sequel at this point. Because it seems like the very first Candyman, they focus on the message so much. Like, well, now I want to see the sequel even more, because if you get that message out of the way, can you get back to being like a good slasher sort of movie? Even though I liked it, I already watched Candyman probably like 3-something times already. But I think it'll definitely maybe beat it at the box office for sure. But come on, man, like Halloween has like a longer franchise. It has way more sequels. I think Candyman probably waited. Everybody wanted a competent sequel to Candyman for a longer time. So I don't know. Who knows? Will Sartain taken being Michael's doctor after Loomis passed away? Do you think Michael kills Loomis in the flashback? See, we just mentioned that too. Like, will he kill him in the flashback? I heard they were going to do that in Halloween 2018, but then they didn't follow up on that. I guess they could kill him, but I think they said he passed away of natural causes or something like that. I'm not sure, but it would be neat. I want to see it. I want more Loomis, you know, but if they de-age him and then they kill him off real quick, because Dr. Sartain, I like that Dr. Sartain is sort of the explanation, like why Michael knows how to drive a car. Why does Michael know all this stuff? Well, how does Michael get away with all this? How do he break out? Sartain explains all that stuff. So I don't know. The more quicker Sartain takes over, maybe the better. Because I like how Sartain just explains everything. Oh, he survives in the flashback. Yeah, yeah, I bet so. I don't think he's gonna die in 1978 because you see him right there, and that's Michael getting arrested. So yeah. Well, Candyman not as big as Halloween or Friday the 13th, so they're probably gonna take a little time to do a sequel. Dude, it's number one on iTunes right now. Like, even if they did, like, all right, we'll do direct this video on demand sequel or something, just like the other ones were direct to video on demand. I thought the whole point of doing the Candyman is let's get more sequels. Let's franchise this. Or I was actually like, if you're doing Candyman, let's do a Helen sequel, right? Oh, yeah, I already said that. What I was trying to say was there was a lot of people trying to catch whoever was falling. Oh, yeah, that person. I don't know, man. Don't catch anybody jumping off a building because you're likely to get killed too. I've heard of stuff like that. So people commit suicide and they're jumping off a building and in New York or something, you're so high up and you don't break somebody's fall. You know, if you commit suicide and you jump on somebody, you get the murder rap because you should be jumping off a building. I forgot there's some court case like that. If you jump off a building and you squash somebody, but you live, you'll go to jail for that. So I don't know. Cause yeah, you definitely maybe if you could try to catch somebody, but if they're too high up, no, don't do that. I think Laurie will go at it again. Yeah, or you're right, she has that knife, and Allison is the one with the shotgun, right? Because Laurie is pretty much her gut is all open. So I don't know how much longer she's gonna be able to go around or how much longer she's gonna live. Because everyone goes like, we should kill Laurie in Halloween Kills. And that makes sense, but I don't know. I'm gonna be wrapping this up. We're pretty much an hour and a half into this. And I was like, let's try to do a kill count about this little tiny trailer. And I think the only new deaths that's from this trailer and not in the other one is the girl falling off the building. It seemed like a girl because I think if you still it, you see like a lady hand. Because it's like a lady hand going, no. All right, do I have that still around here?
He is not going to stop killing until we stop him.
All right, it's going to show up eventually. I wonder how Laurie got away with the knife in her hand in the hospital.
It's a straight line to Michael's childhood home.
Maybe she snuck it in. Maybe I don't know. Well, didn't Allison have the knife? Allison had the knife in the back of the truck, so maybe she's the one still holding onto it, right? And then she brought it into the hospital. Does all the nuns concern you about these movies leaning toward a silver shamrock? I don't know, dude. I think it's just I don't know if that's even canon. It's just something for the fans. It's just something that we thought would be cool. I don't think they're gonna actually do the whole like silver shamrock thing. I think it's just Michael got those Macs because Michael didn't even exist in that movie. He was a movie in the Halloween 3 movie. Like I think the only part that Michael was in Halloween 3 was like a commercial saying, hey, watch Halloween on TV. So even in the Halloween 3, he was just a movie, but in this, he's in real life. So I don't know. It's just something fun. But all right, thanks everybody for dropping by. I'll do another live stream. I was trying to do a live stream maybe about the new Chucky TV show. I was going to break down that. Oh man, there's a new trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer, and people hate it. I was gonna break down why people don't like it. And it's coming out on like all this is like the same week as Halloween Kills. It is like, dude, Halloween Kills is just gonna dominate all horror movie stuff for the rest of the week. And it's gonna be on Peacock. So you're gonna try to stream a TV show. I get it if it's only a movie because you go out to the movie theaters, you can watch it once. But man, now it's gonna be on Peacock. I'm gonna watch it I don't know, 3 times that weekend or something. I don't know. I'm going to be watching the shit out of it and making videos and doing all that. All right, take it easy, entertainment. I think a patient was trying to fight but failed and got thrown off the building. Maybe. But it seems like Michael's at the hospital, so it's not like he went to the hospital, he kills somebody, and then he makes his way back to that childhood home, right? Yeah, Halloween Ends might be the last time we see Laurie. Because it's supposed to be the end, right? But that could just mean Halloween is over and maybe Michael just continues on. I think that producer, Muhammad, whatever, said that he will not have Michael Myers be killed. So I don't know. I don't know. If he's not going to be killed, then what are you going to do? Someone's going to die. It'll be neat if he eventually dies, though. So Halloween Ends probably got to be the end of it. So Kills can do whatever they want. Or sometimes in a trilogy, like the second one is like the middle and they're just setting up for part 3. And I think even people said that, like, well, part 3 is always like the weakest one. But in slasher movies, man, like Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, and 3. 3 is people's favorite. So I don't know, man. Maybe Halloween Ends could be people's favorite too. But Kills is going to be bonkers and a high kill count. And it's going to be crazy. And I'm going to be covering all of it. Or check out the Malignant kill counts too, man. I had to split those up. But show them so. I thought it would be better if they're all together at once, but I can't. Hey, love your channel. Keep up the good work. Hey, thanks a lot, Gore Time. What is at the house that he's going home for? That's right, Steven. What is at the house? I thought it was like a backup max. Like, oh, man, I fucked up my mask. I burnt it. Now I got to go back home and get my spare one that I keep in the floorboards or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he just wants to go back out home because what else is he supposed to do? He does that, and in the other, he went back to his house in Halloween Resurrection because after he killed Laurie, what's he gonna do? But sort of stupid, like, well, what? He's just like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, you don't own it no more. The Strodes were even trying to sell that house like back in '78. So there's probably been like 4 or 5 owners in the last like 40 years. Who knows? But why is he going back home? I would say maybe a spare mask because that's what he did in the Rob Zombie movie too. Like his mask was melted and because I think even if you look at the mask, it seems like sometimes it's less melty. It could just be later on as dirty because I was saying, why can't he have 2 masks? He could have a mask like way back because even in Halloween 4, he just picked up like a new, like, hey, I broke out of jail and let me pick up a mask at the Halloween store. Or they might bring him back in the future. Oh, yeah, it's not going to... Halloween Ends is not going to be the last Michael Myers movie. Love you, man. Have a good day. Stay safe. All right. Thanks for being here the whole time, Kara. That was very cool. And contributing so much. Maybe he wears the Halloween 3 skull mask. Maybe. Love your child. Thank you. Trying to put out some more content for... especially October. October is like the busiest month. I mean, we got a new slasher movie coming out on Netflix. We got the Chucky TV series. I don't know, man. It's so much in October. It's not even fair. Like, why can't they put some of that shit in September? Somebody's in Your House. That's a new slasher movie coming to Netflix. Chucky TV show. I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I'm giving I Know What You Did Last Summer 1 fucking episode if it doesn't turn around and be good by the end. All right, keep up the good work. Well, thanks, everybody. I'll be streaming. Look out for the Halloween final trailer, kill count. I'll do that. And then some more streams. I was going to talk about the Chucky TV series. Like, there's a new teaser that came out for the Chucky TV series, and I think they talk about the whole plot and where the legacy characters fit in, and we're going to be covering that. And it's going to be cool, man. Looking forward to the October. October's always been the busiest month. Even October 2020 was like my busiest month because it's Halloween. Everyone who's casual horror fans are checking into horror movies again and kill counts and all this other stuff. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll catch you dudes tomorrow, or check out for a live stream coming up soon. All right, there guys.